I think it's just amazing that when you can open a child's eyes to make them see something they didn't see before. They have that aha moment of wow, that's really cool. And if you can just get one child to go, you know what, I think I'm going to stay in school. I'm going to study. I want to do that, or I want to learn about that. It's worthwhile. And if you can motivate one, you've done your job. If you can motivate more than one, it's even better.
You know why they call us meteorologists instead of weatherologists? Because technically, anything that's floating through the atmosphere is a meteor. Now, when we think about meteors, we think about that shooting star, and there it went. That's a meteor. Okay, that's what a meteor is. That's what we think about. But the sky is full of a different kind of meteors, not space rocks that are flying through the sky. But right now, the sky is full. It's full right now. If we were outside and looked up, we'd see a whole sky full of meteors. But they're not meteors like rocks. They're meteors that are made of water. And because they're made of water, we call them hydrometeors. Okay, because hydro means water and meteor means something floating through the sky. That represents the sun, right? The sun's kind of orange or yellow, you know. And the sun's pretty big. Obviously, the real sun is a lot bigger than that, right? But we're going to pretend, just for today, that that's the sun. Now, could we really go up and touch the sun like that? Why not? Because it's very hot. We would get burned, right? So we can't do that. The other reason we can't get to it is because it's too far away. Anybody know how many miles the sun is from the earth? It's a lot. It's farther than South Padre Island. Whoa! It's 93 million miles away. Everybody say 93 million miles. That's a long way away. So we can't even get to the sun. And if we could get there, we couldn't touch it because it's so hot. The temperature of the sun is very, very hot. Let me ask you another question. What's bigger, the sun or the earth? The sun. A little bit bigger or a lot bigger? A lot bigger. Well, it so happens I brought the earth with me today, too. There we go. There's the earth. Does that look about right? Is the earth not as big as the sun? Is the earth, you think, compared to the sun, is that about the right size? No. Is the earth bigger than that? Or smaller than that? I heard, how many say bigger? How many say the earth should be bigger than that compared to the sun? How many say smaller? Here we go. Look at that. Wow! Do you think, compared to the sun, that's how big the earth is? Do you think the earth is bigger than that? How many think the earth is bigger? How many think the earth is bigger? How many think the earth is smaller? Wow! Do you think, again, the sun is that big, if the earth was this little, could we possibly live on this planet? How can we all live on that? Well, I'll tell you what we're doing right here. We're doing something called a scale model. That means we're taking everything and shrinking it down and making it smaller than it really is, right? Because we know the sun's a lot bigger than that, and we know the real earth is a lot bigger than this, but we're doing a comparison or a scale model. So, if the sun is that big, look at the earth. What do you think? Is that the right size? How many say, that's too little, the earth has to be bigger than that? How many say that? How many say, that's too big, the earth has to be smaller than that? You can't say both. You got to choose one or the other. All right. Well, let me see. It just so happens that I have the exact size back here. Hang on. It is a marble. Look at that. What color is that marble? Did you know that the earth has the nickname, the blue marble? That's a nickname. That's the nickname for the planet Earth, is the blue marble. Okay, not because it's really that little, right? But compared to the sun, that's the size of the earth. Look how much bigger the sun is than the earth. We all live on this little tiny planet. We all live right here. Imagine if the sun was a planet, how many people could live on that one? Whoa. And it's a long drive. It's a long drive to get from one side of the sun to the other. Of course, we can't do that, right?
I really am amazed by what they know, and that just means the teachers are doing their job, and the kids are learning things at a very young age. It's never too soon to start learning, and that's why we do this. We do outreach events with science. We go to all over the state and do outreach events, trying to reach kids in their own element.
Well, what happened? Your hand is hot, right? The liquid is much cooler, only about 73 degrees. You transferred heat or moved heat from your hand through the glass into the liquid. You touched it. By touching, if you move heat from one place to another by touching, that's that word conduction. Everybody say conduction again. So you have conducted heat from your hand. Did you know you were busy conducting when you came up here? Did you know that's what you were going to do? I'm going to go up there and volunteer so I can do some conducting. Is that what your plan was? You didn't know what you were going to do, right? But you have taken heat out of your hand, out of your hand, out of your hand, through the glass, into the liquid. When you warm something up, it expands, it gets bigger. So we've taken the liquid and we try to make it bigger. The molecules in there start moving faster because they're getting warmer. They want to get bigger. If they try to get bigger, there's only one place they can go. That's up the tube. You are transferring heat. You're moving heat from your hand to the liquid. Remember the word? Conduction. Everybody say conduction. That's right. All that means is y'all have hot little hands, okay? That's what that means. Let's give our volunteers a round of applause. Good job. Good job, man. Good job. All right.
You know, I'm always amazed by what teachers do every day, day in and day out. And, I couldn't do that. I don't have that in me. What teachers have, I don't have it. But I can do it for an hour. And so I figure, okay, that's my way to give a little bit of something to our future. And again, maybe motivate 1, 2, 3, who knows how many students in the long run.
The ice melted on the metal one very quickly, and the metal got very, very cold, like ice cold, isn't it? But this one, is it cold? It's warm, right? And the ice didn't melt on the warm one. But this one's plastic, this one's metal. So why did the ice melt faster on the metal one? You guys know?
Maybe because the metal's underground.
Well, I don't know. What do you think? Metal is cold, and so if you try to melt ice, you melt it by warming it up.
This one has more mass or something like that.
More mass, I like that.
Or maybe because the metal, it's more hotter, and the plastic, like when you put hot stuff on it, then it gets a little bit hot.
I like all your answers. What we learned is that different things, plastic, metal, can move heat at different speeds. So if I want to get heat from me to you very quickly, if I want to make you get warm very quickly, am I going to use plastic to get the heat from? No, I'm going to use metal because that's going to transfer the heat very quickly. So different things transfer heat at different speeds. Let's give our 2 volunteers a big round of applause. Good job, you guys. You can just sit down. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
We wouldn't exist as a TV station if people didn't watch us, if people didn't like us. So it's important that we get back into the community and say thank you. And this is just one way of saying thanks to the community.
I thought it was wonderful, amazing, and super informational.